Howdy mates, here's the fourth video today. So as part of my little excursion after coming from work, I wanted to go to the Routzong Nature Preserve, which is a dark county park near State Route 571. This is a preserve that shows an excellent example of a native hardwood forest found in Ohio, where you can basically see a lot of pawpaw trees that I've mentioned before in past videos, which are indeed edible. You can even see a lot of American beech, shagbark hickory, and even the sugar maple. So we could say that this is mostly a maple oak forest, which, you know, those are some of the more prevalent types of trees found in Ohio. But that's not the focus of the video. While I was, on my little excursion, I noticed a particular plant that I haven't been able to see quite yet. But I did recognize it upon seeing it, based on past nature guides that I've read. So without further ado, let's introduce, shall we? All right, mates. So, we've got this strange looking plant right here. So this is known as a Gray's sedge, is the actual name. So, we can reasonably use deductive reasoning that this is a sedge. And sedges are essentially a type of ground plant, because you've also got grasses and rushes, but in this case we're looking at a sedge. And a good way to help remember if you're looking at a sedge is sedges have edges, because as you can see when we look at the actual sedge, another indication too is they'll kind of have like a pointy tip along their leaves. And not only that, but if you actually go along the stem here, like right here, you can see, I don't know how you guys can see it, but if you look real closely, like towards my finger, you can see that it kind of has like a triangular shape associated. And that's another way that you're looking at a sedge. So that's why we have that common phrase that sedges have edges. But this is the actual fruit part itself. This is actually where the seeds are stored. You may be thinking, like, how exactly are they pollinated? Well, as it turns out, the pollination actually takes place in the form of wind. And this is actually where it's pollinated from. So it actually, in a sense, behaves very similar to that of dandelions, for instance, because they're also driven by wind when it comes to pollination. So we're actually going to pull one of these off, maybe. Ow. You got to be careful. These are a little... Hold on just a second. Alrighty. So, because I didn't really want to do it while I was recording, but here are the actual seeds themselves. They are practically tiny, and they have just a very hard texture. Like, for me, I don't even think I would be able to crush this with like both sets of fingers. So yeah, this is what their seeds look like. They kind of remind you of looking at mini acorns. And you may be thinking, are they edible? Well, as it turns out, yes, they are. However, though, I think I read something that you usually want to try cooking them, boiling, before you begin to eat them. But these are useful. But yeah, this is the Gray's sedge. So for those of you who may go out on an excursion at a set of woods in Dark County, you may actually see quite a bit of these. These are very common, especially in the summertime. And they will eventually disperse more of their seeds as it gets later in the summer and progresses into the fall. So, alrighty. Hey, I thought I would share that with you guys. Hope you learned something about the Gray's sedge and learned some tricks in identifying a sedge, because there are indeed a couple of tricks. So, alright mates, take care, enjoy your Thursday, and once again, Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks.